Stop scrolling. Do not move your finger. Do not click away. Do not tell yourself you will come back later. This message is not appearing in your feed by accident. Out of millions of people scrolling right now, you were interrupted on purpose. Heaven placed a pause on your life at this exact second because something critical is happening behind the scenes, and you are standing at the center of it. This is not entertainment. This is not motivation. This is not coincidence. This is intervention. I need you to listen carefully, because what I am about to say will determine whether you step into the breakthrough that has been prepared for you, or whether it passes to someone else who is willing to obey. There are moments in life when heaven speaks softly, and then there are moments when heaven interrupts everything. This is one of those moments. If you leave this message early, you are not just skipping a video. You are walking away from a door that has already begun to open for you. The enemy knows what is coming next in your life. That is why distractions are suddenly louder. That is why doubt is suddenly heavier. That is why your mind is already whispering, "This is just another video." But deep inside, something in your spirit knows this is different. You felt it the moment this started. Right now, your name is being mentioned in places you cannot see. Angels are being dispatched with specific assignments connected to your future. There is a file in heaven with your name written across it, and it is not empty. It is thick, filled with prayers you forgot you prayed, tears you cried in silence, moments you almost gave up but didn't. You think heaven forgot you, but heaven has been watching everything. If you stay until the end of this message, something that has been dormant inside you will be activated, and once it activates, nothing will ever be the same again. Before we go any further, I need you to do something simple but powerful. Hit the like button right now. This is not about the platform. This is not about engagement. This is your agreement with heaven. It is your way of saying, "God, I'm listening. God, I'm available. God, I receive." Do it now, because what comes next will only activate for those who choose obedience over skepticism. Now, listen closely. You have been crying in private, not the kind of crying people see, the kind that happens late at night when the room is quiet and the questions are loud. You have been asking God, "Did I do something wrong? Did I miss my moment? Why does it seem like everyone else is moving forward while I'm stuck?" You have watched doors open for others while yours stayed shut. You smiled for people while your heart felt heavy. You kept believing when it would have been easier to quit. And the enemy used the waiting to whisper lies. He told you that you were forgotten, that you were average, that you were behind, that your prayers didn't matter anymore. But hear me now and let this sink deep into your spirit. You were never delayed. You were being prepared. What felt like silence was actually strategy. What looked like rejection was protection. What felt like loss was alignment. God did not remove things from your life to hurt you. He removed them because they could not go where He is taking you next. He saw what you couldn't see. He saw how certain relationships would limit you, how certain opportunities would distract you, how certain environments would drain the very anointing He placed on you. So He closed doors you begged Him to open, and one day soon you will thank Him for every closed door. Right now, heaven is revealing something to you. There has been resistance around your destiny, not because you are weak, but because you are dangerous to the enemy. You carry something that disrupts darkness. You carry authority even when you don't feel confident. You carry favor even when circumstances say otherwise. That is why attacks intensified where you got closer to your breakthrough. That is why confusion increased right before clarity. That is why pressure increased right before release. The enemy never fights what doesn't matter, and you matter more than you realize. There has been an assignment against your identity to make you doubt who you are, to make you question your calling, to make you shrink when you were meant to rise. But today, that assignment is being exposed,
and canceled. Right now, as these words reach you, something is shifting in the spiritual realm. Chains are loosening, veils are lifting, heavy burdens are breaking. You are not ordinary. You were never created to blend in. You were created to stand out. There is an anointing in your life that breaks limitations. There is a calling in your DNA that changes atmospheres. There is a purpose attached to your name that cannot be erased. Close your eyes for just a moment. See yourself the way heaven sees you. Not tired, not broken, not behind, but clothed in authority, surrounded by favor, positioned for increase, prepared for expansion. This is not imagination. This is revelation. But here is what you must understand. There is a difference between potential and activation. And what activates destiny is obedience. That is why heaven is speaking clearly right now. Within the next 72 hours, you will see the first sign. It may come quietly, it may come unexpectedly, but it will be undeniable. A message, a call, a sudden opportunity, a breakthrough that shifts your direction. This is not hype, this is timing. But timing requires response. That is why you are here. That is why this message found you. Do not let doubt steal what faith is activating, because what God is about to do in your life will not only change you, it will impact everyone connected to you. And this is only the beginning.
And now, listen even more carefully, because what is happening right now is deeper than motivation. This is exposure. This is alignment. This is correction before elevation. There has been a battle over your clarity, not just your success, not just your finances, not just your relationships, your clarity. Because once you clearly see who you are and where God is taking you, the enemy loses leverage. That is why confusion kept trying to sit on your shoulders. That is why overthinking tried to drain your energy. That is why simple decisions felt heavy. It was never because you were weak, it was because you were close. Every time you got close to a breakthrough, resistance increased. Every time you chose faith, pressure followed. Every time you refused to quit, the weight doubled. But hear this truth now. Pressure is not proof you are failing. Pressure is proof you are advancing. Diamonds are not formed in comfort, and neither are you. You have been asking God, why does it feel like I'm doing everything right, yet nothing is moving? But heaven says, things are moving, you just can't see them yet. While you were waiting, permissions were being revoked. While you were praying, strategies were being rewritten. While you were doubting yourself, God was defending you in places you never entered. There were conversations happening about you in rooms you were not invited into. And God was already there, blocking what needed to be blocked, redirecting what needed to be redirected, silencing what needed to be silenced. You thought delays meant denial, but delays were protection. Because had some doors opened earlier, they would have destroyed your peace. Now the season is shifting, not slowly, not gradually, suddenly. What you struggled to access before will begin responding to you. What resisted you before will begin cooperating. What ignored you before will begin recognizing you. This is not because people changed. It is because authority shifted. Heaven is backing you in a new way. You are stepping into a season where effort and outcome finally align. No more running in circles. No more repeating lessons. No more explaining yourself to people who never intended to understand you. There is acceleration coming. What was stuck will move. What was frozen will thaw. What was delayed will arrive. And it will not come the way you expected. God rarely delivers blessings through familiar routes. Expect surprise. Expect sudden favor. Expect unplanned opportunities. Within a short window of time, something will happen that confirms this message for you. It may not be loud, It may not be dramatic, but it will be specific. And when it happens, you will remember this moment. There is also a separation taking place. Some people cannot follow you into what God is doing next, not because they are evil, not because you hate them, but because their assignment in your life has expired. Do not fight the separation. Do not beg for understanding. When God removes someone, He is not punishing you. He is protecting the future version of you. What He is bringing requires space, and He is clearing it now. This is why your emotions have felt unstable lately. Your spirit is adjusting to a higher level. Your tolerance for confusion is decreasing. Your tolerance for compromise is ending. Your tolerance for being undervalued is dissolving. You are changing, and not everyone is comfortable with that. But heaven is. Right now, angels are repositioning around your life. Some are guarding your peace. Some are blocking distractions. Some are carrying answers that are about to arrive faster than you are ready for. Do not be afraid when things start moving quickly. This acceleration is intentional. God is making up for lost time. Years that felt wasted were actually training ground. Tears that felt pointless were actually investments. Waiting that felt cruel was actually preparation. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was ignored. Nothing was forgotten. Your file in heaven is open and it is active. There is provision attached to obedience in this season. Not reckless spending, not careless decisions, but strategic provision. Money will come when wisdom meets opportunity. Help will come when humility meets timing. Doors will open when obedience meets alignment. This is not the season to rush. This is the season to listen, because the next instructions matter, and what you do with them will determine how much you receive. Stay attentive, stay grounded, stay humble, because what is coming next will not just bless you, it will position you. And once you are positioned, everything changes.
And now, this is where truth becomes uncomfortable. But freedom always begins with truth. Because what I am about to reveal explains everything you could never make sense of. There has been someone standing too close to your destiny. Not always obvious, not always intentional, but consistently draining. This was not just emotional interference. This was spiritual resistance, disguised as familiarity. You wondered why certain conversations left you heavy, why sharing your vision suddenly felt unsafe, why every time you made progress, confusion followed. It wasn't because you spoke too much. It was because not everyone around you was meant to hear what God was whispering to you. Some ears were curious, some were jealous, some were simply misaligned, and God has been watching quietly. He allowed it for a season because you needed discernment. But seasons change, and this one has ended. Right now, exposure is happening without confrontation. You will not need to defend yourself. You will not need to explain your side. You will not need to fight. God is handling it. People who misunderstood you will drift away. People who benefited from your silence will lose access. People who spoke against you in secret will be revealed by their own actions. You may feel relief mixed with sadness. That's normal, because growth always costs familiarity. But listen carefully. What you are losing cannot compare to what you are gaining. God is removing what cannot survive where He is taking you. This is why your spirit has felt restless lately. You are outgrowing environments that once felt comfortable. What used to satisfy you no longer does. What used to excite you now feels empty. What used to scare you no longer holds power. That is not confusion. That is elevation. You are being recalibrated. And now heaven is doing something precise. Divine connections are being rearranged. People who carry keys to your next level are being positioned. Voices that will confirm what God already told you are being aligned. Opportunities that match your maturity are being prepared. You will notice new conversations feel lighter, new interactions feel purposeful, New ideas feel alive. This is not coincidence. This is orchestration. Within a short window of time, you will cross paths with someone who carries insight you need. They may not look impressive, they may not announce themselves, but when they speak, something inside you will awaken. Pay attention. God often sends answers wrapped in ordinary people. Now hear this part clearly. Healing is flowing right now. Not later, not someday. Now, whatever has been attacking your peace is losing its grip. Whatever has been weighing on your body is being addressed at the root. Whatever has been exhausting your mind is being quieted. This is not hype. Your nervous system is calming. Your breathing is slowing. Your thoughts are settling. That is not psychological. That is spiritual rest. Some of you have carried tension for so long that you forgot what peace feels like. Peace is returning. Strength is returning. Clarity is returning. And with clarity comes authority. You are about to make decisions without fear. You are about to say no without guilt. You are about to move forward without constantly looking back. Because something inside you finally knows, I am not behind. I am not late. I am right on time. There is also a restoration happening in areas you thought were permanently damaged. Relationships that felt broken beyond repair. Confidence that felt shattered. Hope that felt unrealistic. God is not restoring things the same way they were. He is restoring them stronger, with boundaries, with wisdom, with discernment. You will not repeat the same mistakes. You learned too much, and heaven took notes. Now let me prepare you for what comes next, because blessing without preparation becomes pressure. In the coming days, movement will increase. Things will start asking for your attention. Opportunities will present choices. People will seek your response. Do not rush. Speed is not always alignment. Discernment is, before you say yes, listen. Before you move, pray. Before you react, breathe. God is leading you step by step now, and He is close, closer than you think. You are not walking alone. You never were. You are feeling right now that quiet strength, that steady calm. That is confirmation. You are exactly where you need to be. And what comes next will feel this season permanently, because instructions are coming, and obedience will lock in everything that has been released. Stay ready, stay sensitive, stay grounded, because the next moment is where everything is sealed.
And now, this is the moment everything locks in. This is not where you clap. This is not where you get emotional. This is where you decide. Because heaven has spoken. Alignment has happened. Resistance has been removed. Now responsibility transfers to you. What has been released will only remain active if it is received correctly. That is why instructions matter. Not because God is controlling, but because obedience creates access. Right now, I need you to speak, not later, not quietly in your head, out loud. Wherever you are, say this with authority. I am chosen by God. I receive what has been released over my life today. I let go of every lie, every delay, every fear. My season of waiting is over. My season of receiving has begun. Say it slowly. Say it clearly. Something shifts when you hear your own voice agree with heaven. Now, listen carefully. Within the next 24 hours, you must protect this atmosphere. That means you cannot return to what God just pulled you out of. Do not entertain negativity. Do not revisit conversations that drain you. Do not scroll into spaces that disturb your peace. This is not restriction. This is preservation. You are carrying something fragile right now. Not weak, but new. And new things require protection. Clear your space. If there are voices that constantly speak doubt, distance yourself. If there are habits that pull you backward, pause them. If there are environments that confuse your spirit, step away. You are not being punished.
You are being positioned. Now here is the part many people miss, and because they miss it, they delay what God already approved. Your breakthrough is connected to others. Blessing flows fastest when it moves through you, not just to you. Right now, 3 names are coming to your mind. Do not question it. Do not overthink it. These are people who need encouragement, clarity, hope. Write their names down. When you share what you received, you activate multiplication. This is not social. This is spiritual law. What you release does not leave you. It returns increased. Now hear this clearly. The enemy will try one final tactic after this moment. He will try to make you doubt it. He will say, nothing happened. You felt emotional. You've heard things like this before. When that happens, remember this feeling right now. This calm, this clarity, this settled peace. That is not imagination. That is confirmation. Within days, signs will appear. Some subtle, some undeniable. A door opens, a conversation shifts, a burden lifts, a solution appears. Do not rush to explain it, just recognize it, because this is not coincidence, this is harvest. Now receive this blessing. May peace settle your mind, may strength return to your body, may clarity guide your decisions, may favor surround your steps, may provision meet you where effort ends, may healing flow where pain lived too long, may restoration replace what was lost, may wisdom guard what is coming next, may doors open that no one can shut, may opportunities recognize you before you chase them, may the work of your hands be established, may your path become clear, may your home be filled with calm, may your heart be filled with assurance, may your future be filled with purpose. You are not forgotten, you are not late, you are not overlooked, you are aligned. And now, walk forward, not in fear, not in haste, but in confidence, because heaven has already gone ahead of you. This moment was not random. This was your divine appointment, and it has been sealed.